What's good, YouTube? You already know it's your boy City. You know what I'm saying? City guys in the building. You already know how we do. Welcome to my next tutorial. You know what I'm saying? This tutorial is just gonna be on mastering and sidechain. You know what I'm saying? Sidechain and mastering, because I've already mixed and leveled my sounds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go straight into the whole sidechain, your kick and your 808, so that you don't have them clashing and shit like that. And mastering your beats, you know what I'm saying, a different way that you can use to master your beat. Because, it's not just one way to do it, but y'all can choose however you want to master your beat. You know what I'm saying? And I may also go over key tuning and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything is in tune, make sure everything is in key. Y'all already know. So first thing first, before I go down to anything else, I want to make sure y'all get the whole key point of having your sounds in key. So whenever you're making your beats, you just want to make sure that if you have it, so for example, I have mine right here on F sharp, right here. You want to make sure that every one of your sounds, you know what I'm saying, make sure all your sounds are on the same F sharp root note. You feel me? You got to make sure your 808, you got to make sure your melodies, once you pull up a plugin, just make sure it's on that F sharp minor, well, not minor, but on that F sharp root note right here on the plugin. You know what I'm saying? Using your 808, you gotta make sure it's on F sharp as well. Whatever root note you're using, you gotta make sure every plugin is on that same root note. You feel me? Also, with the spins 808 that I got right here, you gotta make sure you tune it. Make sure you get that little box shape right here. Always tune your 808s. You know what I'm saying? You can't sidechain and do all that stuff without tuning it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically the key point of having everything in key. Now we're gonna go over to the sidechain section, but I'm gonna play the beat and let y'all hear it. All right, so that's what the beat sounds like. You feel me? Sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Sounds are leveled. Few sounds are mixed. Not everything is mixed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already good sounds. I ain't got to do nothing much to it. You feel me? Once you got good sounds, don't pressure them. You feel me? So when it comes to sidechain, sidechain is having your kick and your 808 working together. You know what I'm saying? So that the output sounds good. You feel me? That's basically my understanding of how the sidechaining thing works with the kick in your 808. You want to make sure whenever your kick hits, that 808 gives the kick some, you know what I'm saying, some space. But you don't want that 808 to be cutting out too much to the point where you're hearing the 808 dipping too much and all that. You feel me? You want to make sure you have good sounds too, because you know what I'm saying, don't sidechain with boo boo sounds. All right, so for the first technique, I'm gonna show you with the sidechain. On your kick, you can just go up here and just select peak controller. Make sure the peak controller is on your kick. You feel me? Let me just mute everything and just, you know what I'm saying? Let me just work with this right here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your kick, make sure the peak controller is on your kick channel right there. And as you can see, the white line right here, you know what I'm saying? That's your kick. If you notice, you're hearing the 808, but you're not seeing the 808 here as yet. So what you're going to do, you're going to copy your 808 value. You're going to copy that. Make sure you level your sounds too. You're going to copy that value, right? Go back to your kick, go on a peak controller, and you're going to paste it on the section that says bass. You paste it on there. That's good. So now the kick is in the background right there, and the white line is now the 808. So what you're gonna do to fully get this going, you're gonna go back on your 808, link the controller, click on it right here that says internal controller, click on this, and you're gonna peak controller. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want the, you know what I'm saying? You don't want it to sound like that. So you can, this right here controls the volume. So you're gonna drop this down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn. Hold on. All right. So once you cut the volume down, this is the peak amount. You want to cut the volume down to like -6 dB, but not too much. Because if you cut it down too much, every time the 808 and the kick hits, the 808 is gonna be dipping too much, as you can hear. But you don't want it to be dipping too much. You know what I'm saying? When the kick hits, so you want it to cut out of the way, but not hearing it dip. So I just adjust the volume right here, the peak volume. So as you can see right here, it's dipping, but you're not hearing it too much to the point where it's interfering with the sounds. You feel me? Now you adjust the tension in the decay a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For the tension, it'll be like, say for example, the how the when the kick in that when that kick hits, you know what I'm saying, and that 808 keeps playing, you want it to have that tighter interaction, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want it to be sounding too much spread out and all that. You want them to glue together. You feel me? So you adjust the tension and the decay a little bit. So as you can see right here, as you can look right here, as the kick hits, the 808 goes down right here and comes back up. It gives the kick some way, but it's not cutting out too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's one way to side chain. You know what I'm saying? The other way that you can side chain, the other way that you can side chain your kick and your 808 is go down here, click on your kick, go down here, and scroll over to the 808 section at the bottom, right here, then right click and say side chain to this track. You know what I'm saying? You're not really seeing much yet. So what you're gonna do on this little knob right here, you're gonna push that up to like 50. You put like maybe 49, 50%. The more you push that up, the kick sound be hitting harder. You know what I'm saying? But you adjust that to like 50%. You know what I'm saying? Or 49%. And on the 808, what you do, you go grab your EQ, you know what I'm saying? Cut out unwanted frequencies that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? And I go for my limiter. So this is another way you can use a side chain. So you go right here where it says compression, side chain. Oh crap, I didn't do something. The kick is side chain to, oh crap, I side chained to the wrong thing. No wonder I didn't hear that. Um nah. So this the 808 right here, side chain. There we go. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? So the more you push the volume up here to 50, the more you push it up, the harder the kick hits. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want it too much. You want to keep it at 50 or 49%. You feel me? So back to where I have the limiter. Go on compression, side chain, push that up to 1. You know what I'm saying? You can adjust the curves, compression curves, but I keep my compression curves at 1. You know what I'm saying? Adjust the threshold, but not too much down. And adjust the knee compression ratio. You can mess around with it, but not too much with that. You feel me? So you wanted to have that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the other ways you can use to sidechain your kick and your 808. And it sounds good. And as you can see, where you see these triangle looking things right here, that's where it dips to give the kick somewhat, you know what I'm saying, creating a path for the kick. as you see on the peak control, but on this one it shows a little bit different. So you adjust your threshold, you know what I'm saying, so it doesn't be dipping too much. You feel me? And it sounds good. So there you go. Side chaining technique. You know what I'm saying? And the beat sounds good. Don't pay attention to the distorted guitar lead. It sounds good with it though. But when you know what I'm saying, organizing and everything and arrangement and stuff like that, it'll go where it's supposed to. You feel me? Well, let me take that out for now. Even though it doesn't sound too bad with the 808 though, because I already cut out the bass frequencies out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the mastering, because we're going to move on to the mastering now. For the mastering, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there are different ways to master your beat. You can use soft clipper, you can use other stuff. There are different ways. So I'm going to teach you another way that I've learned the other day. You know what I'm saying? I did some research on some. You know what I'm saying? Soft clipper is already good. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds good, it sounds good. All right, for my master channel, when I'm mastering, you know what I'm saying? For the EQ section, you know what I'm saying? You can play the whole beat. You know what I'm saying? You can play the whole beat and do a surgical EQ technique. Like, just bring up any one of these little knobs right here, these bands, give it a bell shape, and just listen to the frequencies. And then you could just adjust that and bring it down a little bit, but not too much. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's one of the ways you can do that with your EQ without doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing I would add to it is imager. You know what I'm saying? I can add imager to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, well, let me go to ozone exciter first. Now, what I do with ozone exciter still have some understanding to do with this plugin. Now, I'm gonna show you a technique that you can also use when using this kind of plugin. You can click on learn, and it automatically just like analyze the whole beat, and it automatically set these right here where they're supposed to, and then manually you adjust these knobs right here, and you use your ear and listen to which part you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, let it be more, let me say, kind of give it a more fuller feel, make it sounds more full. But I'm gonna play it so y'all can see. Now that it is adjusted right here, I'm gonna play. So this right here would be for this section. That would be this right here would be like the whole bass feel. If you use the EQ right here, it's the same sub, bass, low, mid, all that. It's the same that's on this. It was just that it shows different. So I won't be messing around with this part. But the mid section right here, the low mid section, coming up a little bit on the mid section, I'm gonna add a little more excitement to it, if you want to call it that. Let it be more fuller, if you can say that. So I'm gonna play it, and by listening to it while I increase the volume, you can hear it. All right, so that sounds good. Now we're gonna move on to the other section. So this part right here will control like your snare, your hi hats, and stuff like that. Because if I increase the volume, you'll hear the snare and all that stuff. But you don't want that too much. You want to just a little bit like that. Sounds good. And this right here will control the whole treble section. Like that's right here. It'll control the whole of this section right here. So like frequencies that you want to like add to it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm gonna keep it at that. Now I'm going for the imager. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna click on learn right here and play the whole beat and let it analyze it, do its thing, and then I mess around with the bands differently. So as seen here, it says this one right is widens or narrows the character of the stereo effect. You know what I'm saying? So this right here is like giving the whole stereo feel. So it's the same thing that all these notes we're doing. Like it sterilizes it. But for the bass and the subby section right here, I'm not gonna touch that. I'm mostly gonna be on the mid section and the low mid. So that would be band number 2 right here. So I can push this up a little bit and listen to it. If I decrease it, it's gonna sound more mono. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna want to have too much stereo sound in it. You feel me? You just want to have a little bit, not too much. And now I'm gonna do the same for this section right here. And it sounds good, you feel me? Now, so the next thing that I'm gonna do, because when you're mixing, when you're mastering, you want to make sure it hits on 0 dB. A little bit over is okay, but not too much. So I decided to use my soft clipper. So soft clipper would probably act as like a compression in some way, because once you add the soft clipper to it, then you adjust the threshold a little bit and your post gain. And as you can see, it's a little bit over that. But let me take that down a little notch. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways to master your beats. Well, that's one of the other ways to master your beat. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good. It sounds good. You feel me? Or you could just, you know what I'm saying, just throw some soft clip on it. Kind of still sounds the same, but if you have a good ear, you can listen a little bit at certain frequencies start to pop out because I did some adjustment with the ozone exciter and imager. You know what I'm saying? And you can just have, you know what I'm saying? Or you can just replace that with a multi-band compressor. Um, Go to the stock preset right here in the mastering section and put mastering two. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just go into general purpose too. But I don't really like how that sounds with that, you feel me? So I'm sticking to what I got right here because it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good, you feel me? So basically that's just it for mastering and sidechaining your beat and a little bit of how to keep your sounds on the same key note and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning into this tutorial, man. Peace out. I want y'all to keep that subscriber going. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to like this video, comment, let me know what's up, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? We out here putting the sauce in and stuff like that. Stay tuned for my podcast though, because I need to be dropping gems on how to register your songs and how publishing works. Well, what I understand from how publishing works and other different type of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, help y'all out, not just be making beats and putting beats out and stuff like that. So thank y'all for tuning in my tutorial now. Peace out.